Good morning, Twitch.tv. Good morning to YouTube as well. And, of course, good morning, Mini Motorways. Let's go to Mexico City for today's daily challenge and try to remember how we do these things. The speed limit will be decreased in tunnels, and we get double roundabout. Samurai Sam hitting the resub button. 46 months in the Goog troop with Prime. Clancy the Crow is here as well. Thank you both for being here. Sam, of course, was here first. This little pink will swoop around this way. It'll be fine. Oh my god, y'all. Oh my effing god. Oh, it is Friday. As you may have heard, you may be aware, it is Friday. It is also, as you're no doubt aware, the very first time I have been here all fucking week. Because, well, listen, sometimes for work, I have to go and do a deposition in person. And sometimes for work, I have to go and do a deposition in person 4 times in the course of a week. And sometimes I have to do that 2 consecutive weeks, and this is the first week of that. So, yeah, we're gonna take another roundabout. We're gonna staple this green to here. I probably eventually want to just marry these roads here somehow, but you know, it's difficult. It'll be fine. We'll figure something out. Something that probably doesn't involve. Hold on. Well, this is a mean thing to do. Clancy the Crow hitting the sub button, coming in at at tier 1 for a second month in a row. Thank you, Clancy. Hold on, Nora's climbing a coat rack. Get down, you cat. I don't know why you climb my coats sometimes. That's among the weirder things this animal does. Alright, let's just stick a friggin' roundabout here, I guess. I don't know, man. No, that's a bad place for it. We'll go there, and here. Here's better. There. Dear God. Cat has decided to go insane today, which, I mean, she's a cat, so there was always the risk of that. These purples are going to go over this way. It occurs to me that I don't actually need this roundabout. We can do, well, for the moment, we kind of need the roundabout because the map only goes so far southerly. So, in a little bit, we're going to be able to extend this down south and not have to do this Garbo crap. But in the meantime, we'll deal with some mild Garbo crap. Give me 2 more roundabouts. I'll take those instead of an extra 20 road pieces. Probably could have gotten away without that, but it'll be fine. All of this, of course, is going to be fine. Both fine and dandy in equal measure, as is always the case and the hope and the goal. Oh, good God. So yes, just this week for my work, I have been to the southern stretches of Connecticut and the large city you may have heard of in the east of Massachusetts, and the capital region of the state of New York, and also the strange, obscure region of the North Shore of Massachusetts, which is its own particular thing. And next week, I have to go to the only city in Rhode Island any of you have ever heard of, that same capital region of New York, that same large city in the east of Massachusetts, and some city I've never heard of in Connecticut, again. So, different city you've never heard of in Connecticut. It's fine. Like, alright, we should do something about this business here, and the thing we should do is Motorway, but we don't have one of those, so we're gonna have to improvise. And that always ends well. So let's take these beiges, we're gonna soup them up this way. They're going to go through here, and it's going to be bad because this is a tunnel, and tunnels are bad for things. We're also going to steal all of this road back, and we're going to toss the beiges down here. All of y'all go up and over into there. That'll be, broadly speaking, fine. Additionally, while we're here, we're just going to shortcut these purples, get them down that way. That, I think, will be okay. Next, we've got this bucket of greens and this green circle, and in theory, they want to be friends. In practice, I don't know that that's necessarily going to be the case. In theory, these houses in this circle want to be friends at some point. We'll see if that actually winds up working. Look at how fucking slow these cars are in this tunnel. It's like you've never driven through rocks before. It's like you've never, watched a big giant boar hill just go straight through a mountain and then looked through the other side, seen daylight, and been like, yeah, we could drive through that. Honestly. Tunnels are slightly more sophisticated. They have support beams and everything these days, but you know what I mean. Let's take 40 road tiles, now that we're in a position where we don't necessarily need those 2 roundabouts. Sunny says we can totally make this work. Get these greenishes maybe down here through the left side, which, I mean, honestly, yeah. I think we could probably do that. I think we could definitely, almost certainly do that. Hold on. It may require blowing up everything. Or at least this pink and purple roundabout situation. It may require blowing up everything, including and up to and including the pink and purple roundabout situation. I also think it's going to need another tunnel. Because, well, actually, maybe. Let's do, I know. We'll do a roundabout right here. That's the answer. That's the Allen Iverson of it all. You come down here, you swoop in a thatly direction. You thusly swoop into here and out thereishly. You come along here. Actually, hold on. We can cut you there. Neat. These 2 pinks go up here. We tell this roundabout to fuck itself off. These 2 pinks swoop up there. And now we have this greenhouse doing nothing in particular. These 2 greens supporting that. These 2 greens support that. Actually, we don't even need this roundabout. Because what we can do is just a silly lengthy purple road. Doodah, doodah. Silly lengthy purple road. That will get shit done. Hopefully by the time this all sorts it... Man, I had a good plan. It was a good, solid, functional plan, and then further badness occurred. Alright. Listen, pinks, you go up that away, swoop down here. These purples will doubly swing down here. Samurai Sam wishes to know the Goog's top 3 moments from the televised entertainment program Family Guy. I'm sure they exist. I've seen a lot of Family Guy between watching it on television and also TikTok. Listen, back in the day, YouTube first started, and YouTube won't tell you this because it wishes to believe that it is higher and mightier than this. Part of the reason YouTube took off is that people kept uploading the one-off jokes from Family Guy to YouTube, and people went to YouTube to watch Family Guy. And by people, I mean the _Goog. Granted, this was like 2007, where the Goog was more of a child and Family Guy was funny. But, it's still occasionally funny. Oh, God. All right. Let's see here. We got to do something with these yellows. They've got to get over to here. I don't think we can make it through the week with this situation. It's already Thursday, but we've got 4 pips coming into here. If we don't get a motorway, this yellow square is ultra fucked if we wait until the weekend. And yet, here it is coming on Saturday, and yeah, no, we're not going to do this. I have not watched a full and complete front-to-back episode of Family Guy in roughly that amount of time. I have not watched a skit of Family Guy or like a joke from Family Guy in, what time is it? 7:10, half an hour or so? 45 minutes. I got out of bed before 6:30. So yeah, about 45 minutes. Anyway, let's see here. I don't think it's literally true that the last full episode of Family Guy I saw was the one with Stewie and Brian in the bank vault. It might be the one with Stewie and Brian in the bank vault. And, well, that's a hell of an episode of a television program, I'll tell you that. It sure is one of those. Now then, I promise I'll actually answer the prompt at some point. It's not going to be right this moment. Do need to figure out what the hell we're doing with these yellows. I think the easy thing to do, well, not necessarily the easy thing, but the thing we might have to do, is we just toss them on this purple road. We stick a roundabout right here, and then we swoop the yellows down off that away. That's not, it's not necessarily gonna be good. I've heard good things about American Dad. Our dear friend Sportspun, friend of the channel Sportspun to Come, is named Sportspun to Come as an American Dad reference. I've heard good things. I've seen decent jokes. I've heard it's generally better than Family Guy, but, you know, a great many things in this life are generally better than Family Guy. Let's see. So, you remember that motorway I said we could theoretically bank our futures on, and if we didn't get it, we were just fucked? Well, we got it, so that's nice. We'll take motorway number 1, we'll send it down this way. The yellows will get into the double plaza via that conveyance. Good morning, Peter S. Peter S is here. Spring has sprung. It is officially the very first day of spring, which means naturally it is 37 degrees outside. Sounds about right, honestly. Purples, you can be swooped over this way, and we'll slightly reconfigure our yellow joints in that manner. These beiges will come up to here. You can join them. Off we go. Apparently it was yesterday. Well, you know, it's the same thing. Listen, Sam, days are bleeding together. In case you know, the whole work a whole bunch and drive forever thing. It's fine. You know what? Now that we've instituted this roundabout to get these oranges over to here, which, to be clear, I absolutely didn't need to do. Like, I could have swooped to the beiges down this way, but since we're here, while we're in this terrible place, we may as well make something somewhat useful of it. That's a statement of road quality and also life. Everybody go. These two beiges go up this way. I could get them together with this beige, but it'll be fine. We're just going to put this roundabout here, have these pinks contribute to the overall health and well-being of this pink circle over here. That should be fine. This is the worst place to purple business in the history of the world. One of the entries on my Family Guy top 3 moments thing that I should be considering is just going to be a general, this space reserved for chicken fights. There's no one particular chicken fight that stands out any more than any other chicken fight, but they're all good. They're all funny. It's a good bit, and it's well executed. I like the chicken fights. So we're going to do one for the chicken fights. The chicken fights are good. Let's see here. We're going to have to put this roundabout way the hell down here in order to get these purples over to this way. And the reason we can't stick it right back here where it had previously been is that now this house exists. This house, it will go down in history, is a motherfucker. But it'll be fine. This will all be fine. We'll diagonalate the purple road over to here. So these 4 purple houses will, theoretically at least, sustain these 2 purple businesses. Hey, question. Can I? No, I can't really cut this. Well, I could make an awkward, terrible angle here, which would free up this tile. And if I free up this tile, I can cut the pink road shorter. And if I cut the pink road shorter, I can cut the purple loop shorter. And if I cut the purple loop shorter, then, the world will be better for the purple loop being shorter. But that sounds like a lot of work, and it begins with an ugly hairpin turn. So fuck that. Who cares? off we go. We've got 2 more purples here, 3 more purples here, which is lovely. Good morning, Hulkamat. We're riffing on Family Guy, allegedly, apparently. My favorite episode of Family Guy is the one where the head-ridgy alien and its identical-looking head-ridgy alien mate get addicted to cigarettes. No, wait, that's the Orville. It's a legitimate funny gag that I've seen on TikTok and YouTube Shorts. I don't believe I've ever actually watched a full and complete episode of The Orville, but, you know. I'm kind of surprised that What If Seth MacFarlane just did an unironic Star Trek homage actually became a television series that had a long run. But, you know, Star Trek's a good show. Seth MacFarlane's a dude who participates in things that are good sometimes. So, okay. Let's take a motorway. Seems like an obvious choice. And speaking of things that seem like obvious choices, let's blow up another roundabout. We've done a lot of that today. Temporary blown up roundabouts. You are going to take motorway number 2, and we'll swing you over to here. And that should generally be okay. So these 2 purple houses will now support this business, meaning that these 4 purple houses can support this business. I can't really easily integrate this pink house into anything unless I, further hook the purple road, but it'll be fine. My favorite episode of Family Guy is the one where the talking bear and the guy have a riff about white trash girl names, and they run through 85 white trash girl names, and then the guy says, "Is it one of those but with a Lynn?" And the bear says, "Yes!" No, wait, that's Ted. Anyway, this yellow will come down here. My favorite episode of Family Guy is the one where the bear asks the kid, "Hey, what happened to that Indian friend of yours?" And the kid just says, "They got him." And the kid never elaborates. No, wait, that's also Ted, but a different Ted, because it's also a television show now. Sunflare Space realized that she is now streaming 4 times a week. Are you a professional streamer now, Sonny? The answer, of course, is yes. The answer, of course, is yes. All right, I have an unironic answer to the question. Another one of my... I don't think I'm going to be able to pull out one single joke. It's just going to all be running gags. Another one of my favorite running gags in a legitimate thing that I think is funny in Family Guy is when Peter is doing something ridiculous, like with the Peter copter or fighting a chicken. I think this happened one time when he was fighting a chicken. And Cleveland's house gets destroyed. And Cleveland's in the bathtub and he just goes, "No, no, no, no!" Then he slides down and falls and smashes his naked ass on the ground. It's funny. It's good. Listen, I'm going to paraphrase. Hold on. First of all, we have to do something about this. Here's a tease, friends, in order to keep you watching. I'm going to paraphrase a bit I saw on Bluesky one time. But first, let's see here. We gotta get this orange business involved with stuff, which is a choice. Definitely a thing we can do. Not necessarily a thing we should do, but, All right, so let's create another spur off of this roundabout. We'll do that for you, and we'll shoot this over to here. Actually, you know what? I was going to avoid this tree, but if I bulldoze this tree, it will give y'all a chance to see this beautiful, horrendous, terrifying, awful, amazingly cursed new emote, which our dear friend Izzysaurus has made. I love it so much, and it will give people nightmares, and I will eventually be told to stop using it. But until that time, I fucking love this new emote. So if we just bulldoze this tree. Oh god. Alright, let's run this pig in here while we're renovating the roundabout. if we bulldoze that tree with our happy little bulldozer, which is just so very, very happy to be destroying and chopping and murdering the wood. So if we bulldoze the tree, we can take all of these oranges, toss them into this roundabout, and we can have another roundabout be right here. I'm sorry, Nightbot. I realize you're going to give me a date, but when exactly did I say stabby, stabby, deathy, wethy? Were we playing Among Us? That might have been an Among Us thing. Anyway. So we're gonna add oranges to this roundabout, and we're gonna create a roundabout over here. And in so doing, we will eventually properly service this business here. Now we will also, it should be noted, create the mother of all ratwikes. Like, this is very clearly a ratwike. But oh god. Oh. There's like a 3D Among Us that's happening at some point. And I say 3D Among Us. What I mean is they made an Among Us VR and it either flopped or lived past its moment. And now they're taking Among Us VR and turning it into a 3D Among Us because, well, it turns out that the folks who made one video game in 2020, actually the folks who made one video game in 2018, which blew up in 2020, have, it turns out, one idea for a video game. So, you know, hey listen, to be fair, that's one more idea for a video game than I have. So, we can only shit on these people so much. These beiges go over to here. This beige will service that. That'll be fine. We've got 2 tunnels. Let's take, let's take 2 traffic lights. This beige, come over to here. Take care of that. That'll be okay. You 2 beiges could theoretically come over to here, but it sounds like work. Okay. So as promised, I saw a post on Bluesky. And I'm going to butcher it because I don't remember the exact words of it. But basically, this guy is discussing Family Guy with his 13-year-old son for some reason. And the 13-year-old son says 40% of Family Guy is bad. It's unfunny. It might legitimately be awful, hurtful, racist trash. It's 40% of Family Guy. 50% of Family Guy is whatever. It's just, you know, throwaway jokes, bits that don't land. 10% of Family Guy is the funniest goddamn shit you've ever seen in your life. And that's basically true. And the more jokes you have, the likelier it is that you're going to hit on one that's eventually the funniest goddamn shit you've ever seen in your life. But as promised, rather than an individual moment because I can't properly think of one right now, I'm going to do another running gag as my third and final top 3 Family Guy moment. And it is Al Harrington of Al Harrington's Wacky Waving Wacky Inflatable. God, I can't remember the words now. Hi, I'm Al Harrington of Al Harrington's Wacky Waving Inflatable Arm Flailing Tube Band Emporium and Warehouse. Conway Twitty is a bad bit. Sorry. Conway Twitty's a bad bit, and there's a reason they stopped doing it. And the reason they stopped doing it is that it's a bad bit. I'm sorry. I think they were going for one of those things they do where the joke is funny and then they do the joke 1,000 times and or for like 5 minutes and it stops being funny, but then they keep doing the joke and it gets funny again. That's another thing that they do forever on Family Guy, similar to the which I have unironically done. That's a good joke. Cool Whip. It's a good joke. Weird. It's a good joke. This is a thing that I say. Oh no, that's Jeffrey's insert object here. I do that. What was I saying? I don't remember. Anyway, we got a pink business over here. We finally, blessedly, have room at the bottom of our map. So what we can do is we can take these pinks and swing them in this manner like so. Look at how neatly that swoops in there. Good job, Goog. Al Harrington, good bit. They did an Al Harrington bit in Blue Harvest, which was the Star Wars tellings. Very good. I have since seen... I don't know if things I see on TikTok are real, obviously. I have since seen, like, Family Guy retellings of Game of Thrones. Did they do a Family Guy Game of Thrones? Were they like, that Blue Harvest really worked. We should do Family Guy and other stuff. Apparently they did a Family Guy Game of Thrones, and I've seen maybe a third of it thanks to TikTok. Very weird. I think they did a Family Guy Jesus Christ Superstar, which I believe that's a thing I believe happened. The Passion of the Peter Griffin, I think that's a thing that I saw. All right, so we got a problem. Well, we have several problems, but our chief problem at this point is that this beige right here is dying. So let's do something to help with that. And the something we will do to help with that is this. We're going to kill it. Now follow me here. We're going to take all of these beiges. We're going to shoop them right there. We're going to put a perfectly cromulent traffic light right in this place. So the pinks and the beiges will share a road and come up this way, and you'll service these two businesses, and all shall be happy and joyous. And then we're also going to stick another roundabout. Yes, indeed, friends, it is another fucking roundabout right here, so that these beiges can serve and support, this beige circle right here. All of this can be yours for the low, low price of $9.99 or something. I'm Herman Cain. This is the WWE Network. No? Okay. You yellows come down here. You yellows go over there. You yellows, of course, is the final boss of Final Fantasy X. Pretty sure I've already made that joke, but if I haven't, there it is. All right. This orange will come over here, join this awful rat-wike nonsense. You know what? Speaking of rat-wikes, we've got all of these beiges right here. And all of these beiges right here are kind of sort of responsible for the turbo dooming of everything, including this business. What if we were to take these beiges right here and use motorway number 3 to ferry them up in this manner? Could we then pull some traffic off of the Ratwike, get some traffic out of this death tunnel, and generally make everyone's life better? If we generally made everyone's life better, I think that would be good. I'm not a scientician or anything, but I think that generally making everyone's life better would be good. This, of course, is why I am not a Republican. All right. So, problem of the moment. This purple doom circle. It's, well, I just referred to it as a doom circle, so you can guess my opinion on it. While we're here, by the way, we're going to do that. We're going to add roughly 7,000 greens to a roundabout, and then we're going to go down here. And now, there will be roughly 7,000 greens, plus these greens, supporting this business, which will be fine. Additionally, we have yet more greens, which I'm just going to keep tossing into here so as to pretend that I'm doing something when I should, in fact, be saving this purple circle. Hey, look, a way to support, if not necessarily save, this purple circle. We will take these, I don't even know what this is. Is it 6, 7? We'll take these 7 purples. Everybody remembers the famous movie. God damn it, imagine a world in which I nailed my punchline. Everyone remembers the famous movie, 7 Brides for 7 Purples, right? Okay. Good. I'm glad. You go there, you go there. Everything should be generally fine, except for this, and also there's a pink circle around here that very recently became a circle. I think it's you. Hi there, you. You're a circle, where previously you had not been. That's worse. Your existence is lesser now for being a circle. Is this yellow circle going to be okay? I think this yellow circle is going to be okay. It could entirely possibly not be okay. I wouldn't put that past anything, but we're going to assume, for the sake of assumption, discussion, and luck, that this is actually going to be okay. Let's get these beiges over here to be somewhat contributory. You could swing down that away. All these beiges go over here. This orange square is mad at me, which, rude, first of all. How dare you? Secondly, fair, I understand, actually. You know what? Let's do some things. First, we're going to put this orange over to here. Second, I think we can actually make life better by peeling another group away from this roundabout. And we can do that in this manner. All these oranges here are going to go up here. You're going to have a tiny little tunnel. Hold on. My voice didn't sufficiently crack that time. A tiny little tunnel. Better. They're going to have a tiny little tunnel, go through here, and they're going to get up to this business, and that's going to be fine. Meanwhile, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 oranges that we still have in existence over here, they're going to go over this way, and they're going to save this business, which will be great until we realize that this business here is a circle, at which point we sigh and say, fuck. Fuck. All right. Everybody go. Hi there, New Crisis. This pink is a circle. This beige got mad at me. Awesome. The problems are as follows. Number 1, fuck. I mean, yeah. Also, this orange might just be dead. Like, I think that orange is just dead, actually. So we kind of sort of... Wait, actually. Hold on. You might have caught up with... Okay, good news. This has caught up to stuff. Bad news. That means something else is dead. You know, I only have one beige over here, and this beige business is kind of a issue situation, so that's not good. Is there any way I can get more beiges over to... Well, I mean, it's not going to be good ways, but we could do something truly horrendous. Just with the way these beige houses are spawning. Look, we got 1, 2, 3 beige houses that are spawning naturally on roads that eventually connect to this roundabout. So what if we were to, say, draw that? Wouldn't that be horrendous? Wouldn't that make everyone's life so much worse? I know, right? It's a horrible idea. Let's do it. Okay. Well, we've solved that crisis. We've created 8 more, but, you know, that's a problem for future me. What else are we doing? I don't know. I really don't. This pink circle is probably the next most doomedly thing, which seems bad. Now I'm just thinking about Al Harrington in Weekapog. I don't know. Does referencing small towns in Rhode Island count as a Family Guy bit? Because it is very funny every time Family Guy remembers that it's in Rhode Island. There is legitimately a Weekapog, Rhode Island. I don't know anything about Weekapog, Rhode Island, other than that it exists. You come here. You go there. Well. No. Wait. I mean... There's nothing saying that this has to be here. And if we were to, say, center a roundabout there. Wait. Hold. We were to center a second roundabout there, we could do this garbage. And send more pinks this way. That sounds... I don't know. What's a word that means feasible but not actually feasible? Like pretend feasible? Fozable? That sounds fozable. F-A-U-X-zable. Obviously. Oh, hey, this pink circle died anyway. Well, understandable. 2,390 commuters over 86 days. Okay. All right. Top 10% in the world. Hey, not as good as Samurai Sam. So drop those Samurai Slams in the chat. Another emote made by our dear kind friend Izzysaurus. True fact regarding the soul-numbing bulldozer emote. Izzy, when we were working together on drafting and conceiving this emote, sent me something that was like almost that emote, and she said, no, I can't work on this anymore. It is cursed. And I said, that's fair. And we put it aside for several weeks. And then I came back to her and I was like, look, I know you said this was cursed, but what if? And she eventually drew it, and I paid her. So, it must not have been the worst thing I've ever done. Presumably. Thank you to Izzy for that amazing emote. I love it. Although it will eventually horribly psychologically scar someone. Hopefully not one of my friends. We'll see. Anyway, let's play Wordle and also type things properly. Could be Dozer. There's nothing saying it's not other than the likelihood that it's not. Let's see here. So, there's an E and a D. It could be wedge. Could absolutely be wedge. It's not, but we have gained a great deal of knowledge. We've gained even more We've gained even more, thank you, knowledge. When you get 3 greens with your second guess, having to take it to 5 feels like a failure. But we did not fail. We succeeded. We achieved our goal of victory. Now then. Let us guess some time. All right, so we've got people crossing a street, kind of not terribly happy with, or perhaps assisting in the repair of this shitty little vehicle right here. This, I don't know, man. This looks Eastern European. I'm gonna say Eastern European of some sort. So, are you doing Charlie Chaplin? Is this a Charlie Chaplin thing? Are we Charlie Chaplin impersonators here in what appear to be the 1960s or 70s? It's very weird. All right. Now, if we knew what this sign said, or indeed what effing language that was, this would help us a lot. But, I see here. That says Budapest. That says Budapest, which means, hold on, it means we're in Budapest, yes, which is in Hungary, which is somewhere here. I'm just going to draw a circle that encompasses Europe and say that it probably contains Budapest. Now, as to the when, we got our Charlie Chaplin looking motherfucker, but this shitty little Yugo car is, I don't know, this feels 1974. I'm going to say 1974 unless and until I see a sign saying, welcome to the glorious year of 1977. All right, so we're in Budapest. It's 1974. I have logicked this out. Come here. Where in Budapest are we? I don't fucking know. Here. We're in Budapest. It is 1974. We are in Budapest. It is 1976. Works for me. Next. Hi. All right. Well, we are in Australia. Something is on fire. And this guy does not want to pay a poll tax, which, hey, reasonable. No one should pay a poll tax. Poll tax should not be a thing unless you're taxing the income of strippers. If you want to tax the income of strippers, institute a poll tax. Although, why? Listen, sex work is work and should be, regulated, but should also modify the tax system such that low-income earners don't necessarily have to pay income tax. And listen, you can make a good living in sex work if it's properly regulated and people are protected and society's better. But what I'm saying is we probably shouldn't have a poll tax either way. Unless We're not going to do another unless. I could do 6 more unlesses. We could do taxes on surveys. We could do taxes on people from Warsaw. We could, Anyway. So we're in Australia. This guy doesn't want to pay poll tax. This building's on fire. It looks as though this building was recently under construction. So I'm not going to say that these two are definitely connected, but... my guy is taking a hell of a time to make a political statement if the building fire was not related to the... Anyway, when was this photo taken? Man, I don't know. It looks like the 80s. I would guess the 80s, but that is a guess. If I knew anything about the laws of advertising in Australia, I might say, oh, well, it didn't become legal to advertise hard liquor outdoors in Australia until 1912, but... can't really say that. But we are going to assume that dickety means 70 in this instance. So we're going to say that this was indeed taken in Sydney, Australia in 1912, by which I mean 1982. So we're going to say we're in Sydney in 1982. We are in... That was a red beering. You stupid Australian liquor advertisement. Was there anything here that should have given away that we were in fucking jolly London town? All right. Well, it was 1990, and also we were very far away from Sydney, Australia. I guess this building should have clued us in, like, oh, that's much more English than Australian. Nah. Grumblefutz. Hi there, ladies. You appear to be in Washington, D.C. in front of... that's the building housing the Lincoln Memorial, right? Yeah. That's the outer encirclements of the Lincoln Memorial, I think. It's not the Jefferson, is it? The Jefferson is something different, and it's kind of tucked off to the side there. I've been to both of these places, but it has been a minute. Anyway... y'all chicks are learning how to shoot gun likes in... Oh, what war are we prepping for? WW2, the big one? Kind of think it's that, but also this photo, generally, it's garbage. Like, this is a very old and weathered item. Maybe a novelty that it exists. So it could be prepping for World War One. This could be the 30s. I'm gonna say fuck. Is this 1916? No. Maybe, but no. These are all rifles, not like, God F it. All right. We're going to say this is a very old weathered photo. Yeah, all right. So we're near the Lincoln Memorial. It's 1917? 17? Does that seem reasonable, people? We're going to say it seems reasonable. All right. Hi there, Abe. Yeah, you've got the big old square with the steps and all of that. Yeah, that's the steps. Okay. All right. So, if that's the steps and this is all of that, y'all are probably here-ish? That would be... Or maybe here-ish? Here-ish feels about good. Maybe there-ish. Maybe, yeah, we're going to say you're there. In 17? Wasn't World War I a thing that was undergoing in 1970? Yeah, it's going to be 1942, and I'm going to be mad. That's 1927. I never would have gotten that. Fair enough. Also, we were on the wrong side of the... Okay. Fine. Sam thought that building was the Parthenon. That is incorrect, Sam. Hi there. Well, I was going to say... First, I was going to say Gerald Ford. That was wrong. Then I was going to say JFK. Also wrong. Hi there, some important world leader. Actually, is the guy behind you JFK? Might be. All right, this guy's important. No, I don't think that's JFK. It might be like... it's going to be funny when this guy turns out to be the guy who's important here. But... I mean, we do have a bunch of American flags. These are police helmets, but they're not police of the United States. They say police, which, So we're somewhere that's not the U.S., but I do think this guy might be JFK. It's apparently German for... Oh, if that's German for police, then this is possibly the Ich bin ein Berliner thingy, which means we're probably in or around, several Berliners. All right. So, let's nail this. We're in Berlin. Let's be, I don't know, somewhere here-ish. There. We can be right there. Kennedy got shot in 1963. So... Yeah, I heard that the Kennedy files got released. It turns out he got shot. Whoopee! I don't know, man. Listen, it was not, it turns out, spontaneous brain dynamite, which is a thing that happened to alcoholic Catholics in the 60s. Only if they fucked Marilyn Monroe, though. So, that's fine. It's not going to happen too much anymore. Okay, let's see here. So, if Kennedy got shot in 63, this probably isn't after that. So, I mean, I always feel bad when I don't move the date. I know it's just random. It's the midpoint. Like, it's the midpoint between 1900 and 2025. You've got to be somewhere in the middle. So, all right, fuck it. It's 1962. It should have been 1963. All right, fine. I was in the right general place of the world, at least. Next. Hi there, friends. What are we doing here? We appear to be taking strange selfies. Or photos of... Wait. What are you taking a picture of? If I could rotate this picture, like do a 180 here. This California Pizza Kitchen. I have a hunch, and this could be a very stupid hunch. No, it's not. My hunch was that this was Chicago and these were people shooting the Bean, but that's absolutely horrendously wrong. We got palm trees here. I've been to the Bean. There are neither palm trees nor California pizza kitchens near the Bean in Chicago. So I'm going to put that thought out of my mind. Now the question becomes, who are these people and what are they shooting? That is a good question to which I do not presently have an answer. All right. So it looks like this is pretty modern. Not imminently, because like your iPhone has one camera, your has one. I don't see any of the fancy 3-lensed iPhone cameras, but this does have like a pretty big opening here. Like this is not an early. So in terms of time frame, we're thinking 2015, 2019, 2016. Yeah, it could be 2016, something like that. Now, we do have Arabic text here. Obviously, we've got a fully covered Muslim woman here. Maybe we're like Saudi Arabia, UAE, that part of the world. Clancy says that all of this is giving 2016. And yeah, okay. I don't know, man. This might just be a Goog being Goog here. I feel like I could walk down a street in a major city and see a girl in a flannel and a tank top and jeans and flats. But I guess these are like designeredly ripped jeans, which are sort of out of fashion, maybe? I don't know. Broski here has an enormous watch. Okay. They're flat shoes and therefore properly described in quickness as flats. Stand by this. All right, that's more Muslim script there, so that's not just like one thing. Okay, so I mean, God, okay, it looks like, and I'm just going to put my cards on the table here, and maybe this is a horrendously racist thing of me to say, but I'm just going to fucking say it. It looks like some Middle Eastern Muslim country with all the fucking money in the world decided to plop a bunch of America down and called it good. Because you've got a fucking mini mall, you've got fucking palm trees, you got all sorts of capitalist consumerist bullshit here. And if I'm gonna pick a fucking Middle Eastern Arabic country that has a bunch of America bullshit stapled down to nothing with no particular rhyme or reason to it, it's gonna be the fucking United Arab Emirates. So we're in Dubai. There. That is my logic. And if it's right, I'm smart, and if it's wrong, I'm an awful person. This is gonna go well for me. I'm excited to see the results of this. I'm not in trouble at all. Why would you possibly say that? We are in the United Arab Emirates. We are in Dubai. It is 2016. We are in Dubai! Ha! It's 2017. Fucking take it. 39,018. It's a decent score. For today's Immaculate Grid, we need dudes who amassed 40 wins in their career. Blue Jays, White Sox, Padres, Cubs, and dudes who are in the Hall of Fame. Proud of me. A dude who had 40 wins above replacement and is in the Hall of Fame is one Theodore Anthony Ballgame. A Chicago Cub who had a 40-win career is John Lester. A San Diego Padre who had a 40-WAR career is probably Manny Machado by this point, right? Yup. Dude who played for the Cubs and the Blue Jays is Darwin Barney. Blue Jay who's in the Hall of Fame is Joe Carter's not in the Hall of Fame. Blue Jay who's in the Hall of Fame is John Olerud. No, I don't think John Olerud is in the Hall of Fame. A Blue Jay who's in the Hall of Fame is... We'll get back to that. Blue Jay who played for the Padres is David Wells. Pretty sure David Wells was a Padre. He was. I failed to remember Pedro. All right, he's a guy who was in the Hall of Fame and had a 40-win career. Okay, fine. It's a true and factual statement, Sam. It's kind of late for that now, but you know. Dude who played for the White Sox and Cubs is Sammy Sosa, among others. Dude who played for the White Sox and is in the Hall of Fame is Franklin Tomas. Dude who played for the White Sox and Padres is famously Jamie Moyer. No, not going to catch Sam out with... Okay, fine. Dude who played for the White Sox and Padres is... It's a good question, actually. A dude who played for the Blue Jays and is in the Hall of Fame is... Dave Steen? No. Oral Hirsch? No. Top left, big trade. James Shields. Also, they traded, they traded James Shields for Fernando Tatis Jr. How'd that work out for you, the Chicago White Sox? James Shields. Now then, guy who played for the Blue Jays and is in the Hall of Fame is Roberto Alomar, but fuck Roberto Alomar. Guy who played for the Blue Jays and is in the Hall of Fame is... There are plenty of these. I should get this. Billy Wagner just got inducted, but he's not in yet, and I don't think he played for the Blue Jays, so that doesn't help me. Motherfucker. Well, God, I'm thinking of like Paul Molitor. There we go. God. Very nearly stupid. Okay. As soon as guys are elected, they work on the grid. That's good to know. Also, an immaculate grid. Not necessarily a great immaculate grid, but hey. This brings my immaculate grid streak to 1. Thank you, the immaculate grid, for showing stats. I did better than I usually do. Folks, that is going to do it for us here today on Good Morning Mini Motorways. I'm going to bring up the schedule image, which 1, you will notice is tiny, and 2, you will notice is inaccurate because we did not actually play Cult of the Lamb last night. But I fully intend to be back later today. My job is scheduled to run from 10 to 2. Okay? I really think we'll be back later tonight. We'll play some Spider-Man. We'll swing a web. It will be of varying sizes. We will apprehend criminals as though they were flies. Look out! I'll be back with Spider-Man. Have a good day, everybody. Bye-bye.